about most things, but I need a vent here real quick. I live in Detroit. I live a few blocks from Little Caesars Arena. On any given night, I may be at a Lions, Tigers, Red Wings game. I told myself a few years ago I'm not going to a Pistons game until I see some change. A few months ago, I got a last-minute offer to go sit front row, free food, free drinks. I'm like, you know what? I'll go. I'll see what this change is all about that Tom Gore's told us about. I go. We're getting our butts kicked, of course. Towards the end of the game, I'm like, I'm going to say something to Monty on the way out because everyone else is sitting here. They're accepting what they're seeing. I'm right in front of Monty. I'm going to say, you know what? Where is this change that Tom Gore has told us that we're supposed to see? I say this to him as he's walking out. He turns around as if I said the most insane thing anyone has ever heard. And he looks at me. The security people come up to me, and they do let me go. I thought they were going to throw me out. This is a weak, sad, and sorry organization that we have in Detroit. This fan is probably a bigger fan than any fan that was sitting in those seats the other night to actually speak out and criticize this team. It is unacceptable. If Troy Weaver wants to go and be a GM for the Charlotte Hornets, go do it. But this is Detroit, and we expect winning, not losing, especially for decades. That fan had every right to say something to Troy Weaver. And this organization is soft and sorry, and they haven't made any change in years, decades. Something needs to happen, and that fan is great for that fan. And Troy Weaver is a bum. That's what he is. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to vent because I had a similar experience. Okay, it didn't go viral, but Monty Williams literally stopped in his tracks. And all I said to him was, when are we going to see this change that Tom Gore said we were going to have? And his security people went all over me for it. I have it on video. And
Did he say anything
really
to you?
upset leaving the stadium after that because I'm like, if you can't take that, if this organization can't take that, then what can they take? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. And I'm with this fan for being frustrated. If you go to these games right now, they should be grateful you're in attendance. They're 10-53. They should be grateful that you care. Yeah, this person, he's frustrated at the game that the product is this bad in the fourth year. You get a little grace in year 1 or 2. Year 3 into year 4. What are you going to do? What's the cap space situation? Are you going to build around these young players or not? Are you going to be even a little competitive? Most nights, they're not. And you call out the GM. And you are, hey, him, get him out of here. You're lucky I don't beat your ass. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Come on, dude.
A lot of passion in that call.
Yeah.
And I think there are a lot of Pistons fans. We love our sports teams here. We love to support them, and we will through good times and bad. I think that has been proven over the course of every franchise's time here in Detroit. And when you have that type of passion, you know it when you're the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. You know it when you're the general manager. You should know it when you're the owner of a team like this in a city like this. And to have thin skin like that, and to me, that's really what it comes down to is if you're going to put yourself in that position, you better thicken things up or more situations like this are going to happen. You've got to be able to take the good with the bad, and right now there's been nothing but bad, and the expectations are that you're going to improve year over year. And that didn't happen this year. Stoney and I talked about it at the beginning of the season. 17 wins last year. His expectation was to just double that win total to get to 34. Well, it's March 11, and you've just now, or a couple days ago, gotten to 10 wins? Like, it's embarrassing, and fans are embarrassed. We haven't pulled out the paper bags yet, but that's probably the next step. And you're going to, if your GM is going to be sitting in the stands, it's your one opportunity to you believe that they will hear your voice, because you know they're probably not listening right now. They didn't hear the passion that last fan came with. But you're in the stadium, you're in the arena, and whether it's the chance to sell the team or it's getting after the general manager because he is sitting within earshot of you, that's your opportunity. You believe to make your voice, which is the very similar to everybody else's voice, to make it heard.
Chuck in West Bloomfield. Chuck, you're on 97.1.
Hey, man, how's it going?
What's
How y'all
up?
doing this morning?
Good.
Yeah, I just totally disagree with the panel today and the callers because, I mean, I understand this team stinks. You know, I've been to a couple Pistons games this year, and, I mean, you see what you get. You know, they've been struggling the whole season, and, you know, the GM knows that the team stinks. He doesn't need somebody to come and heckle him. I mean, you just can't do that. You see a lot of NBA games where fans are getting real disrespectful and getting booted at games. It's not just happening here in Detroit.
You don't think you can heckle at a game?
Well, no, absolutely not. Would you like somebody to come to your job and sit out front and heckle you and say, oh, you know what, you suck this morning?
Yeah, I've had that happen, and it's not pleasant, but it's part of the territory. You understand that when you take this job, when you are working these jobs as a player or as a general manager, you accept the fact that not everybody's going to like your performance week in, week out, day in, day out, or the ultimate result, which is you got to win, and if you don't, you're going to have a lot of people that don't like you.
Absolutely. I do agree with that, but there's a certain standpoint of a certain respect level to when it does get out of hand.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Chuck. I think the fan has been disrespected for years with this product on the floor. So if we're going to get into like decorum and showing respect, maybe put a better product on the field. And if you're not doing a good job, maybe don't have the audacity to say, you're lucky I don't beat your ass to one of your paying customers. Is that really too much to ask, Chuck? I mean, and as far as our job goes, we get ticket texts of people who don't like us. You deal with it. We get phone calls of people who don't like us, don't agree with us. You deal with it. I'm not threatening to kick anybody's ass who calls in and disagrees with me. I mean, come on now.
Well, I agree with you on that standpoint. And he was totally out of line for that decorum of talk. And, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy has been getting heckled all season long. And, like you said, everybody
rightfully so. I mean, rightfully so, Chuck. I mean, he's been getting heckled all season long, about a year too late. Should have heckled him the last two seasons. I don't. 248-539-9797.